All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. This is one of the pit stops that we are doing at the NRA Annual Meetings in Houston, Texas, 2026. And we want to thank the NRA for having the Voices of the Second Amendment media area. There's a lot of great content folks here recording shows and making videos and doing all sorts of stuff. And it's been hopping the whole time with all sorts of cool people. And I'm honored to be part of that. The next interview that we have here in our pit stop is Brandon Fisher. Brandon, Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate you having me.
I'm happy to have you, man. This is great. So tell us about yourself, because you're an instructor, and I don't want to say a training junkie, but you've got a lot of training in. You've trained with a lot of big name people. You're an HK rep.
I am.
You're all sorts of cool stuff, man. Tell us about you.
Well, I've been in the self-defense world a few decades, I guess you could say. Started with my martial arts, which is this year's my 42nd year.
Oh my God!
Which makes just makes me feel old.
Right.
Never thought I'd get into teaching firearms.
Yeah.
It was really one of those things that when my wife and I got our concealed carry permit in Ohio, the class was so bad. And my wife's a school teacher, and she had a colleague that was teaching classes on the weekend, and we're like, we don't know who to go to. We know this guy, bad choice.
Oh, no.
$180 a person and flush down the toilet. And she spent another 2 years with him teasing her, and I said, we can do better than this.
Yeah.
And stepped up, got my instructor cert, started teaching classes. Had already been teaching for a number of years at that point, and I said, we can take this a little further, and we did, and took my initial basic pistol class with NRA certification. Went, nope, need some more, did some more, and kept just stacking them on, which is built into doing stuff with Force Science Institute. And so I think I'm in my fourth class through Force Science. And
all right, so let's talk about that, because I don't know much about them other than I know that the guys from Active Self Protection have taken those classes. I don't know if they teach those classes.
No,
but they talk about it a lot.
Right. So Force Science Institute, from its core, is a research and organization that looks at human performance factors under high stress, and so they have courses on de-escalation. They have courses on human performance. So they're analyst courses all about human performance, ballistics, eyesight, memory, things like that. Then they have others that build onto that. So I've done the analyst course. I've done the de-escalation. I'm a de-escalation certified instructor through Force Science Institute. But I really like what they do, because when we look at the human performance factors, we look at vision and body mechanics and things like that as firearms instructors we're using anyway, which it has definitely helped me take my classes to a different level, looking at that stuff. On the backside of it is I've ended up doing some consulting with court cases and things like that. And
wow. That's pretty cool.
It is. Everybody says that until you do it.
I hear that.
Yeah. But I've really enjoyed the Force Science stuff, and I do one as much as I can.
Yeah.
Either they're local or online, but they're pricey, but they're worth every penny.
Yeah, that is very cool. Very cool. All right, so let's get back to you and the instructing, and you started the business, and things weren't like you get your NRA and your teaching classes, adding to that.
Yep. So as we started out, Ohio was still required permit, right? So that's a newer thing. And so I said, well, we'll start doing that. Maybe better educate people. I think people jump in too quick sometimes. And with all my years of self-defense, I looked at it and I went, I think if we can start educating people more on decision making, not just, hey, let's get a permit, let's put a gun on, let's go, but look at the decision-making element of it. And that has grown into that, where we've expanded out into doing more classes, into more body mechanics. So I've taken a lot from my martial arts background, and using those skills in the shooting element. with the balance and the focus and things like that, and just relaxing in our technique.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, sometimes not as popular in the firearms world. Sometimes we just try to force it a little bit.
Right.
So I've just tried to go that way. So when I named the company, I specifically named it Precision Defensive, because I didn't want a bulk. I wanted precise movement, precise marksmanship, precise decision making. And that was the idea behind that.
Yeah.
So we just have gone from there.
Very cool. What kind of how many classes do you guys offer? And it's you and your wife. Like, she's an instructor too, right?
Yes. Yeah. My wife is involved. So right now we are doing, we do everything from very basic, intro classes, which all our intro classes are like brand new,
Here's a
out of
handgun.
the box. Right.
Here's how you open this.
And every one of them are private. I do not do group intro classes. So everyone's private. Because, people coming out, nervous, not real comfortable with a gun. So we try to make it as comfortable as possible.
Right. Now you got a room full of people that don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
That's a lot of plates to spin.
Oh, boy. So we do it one-on-one, or if it's a couple, we'll do that.
Right.
And then we work everything up through defensive pistol. I created a class called Pistol Shooting Beyond the Basics, which takes those human performance factors, which we're seeing some pretty good success with that. We're about a year into that. We've run that class about 6 times now. Into defensive pistol, our defensive pistol class, I change annually.
Really?
So, yeah. So we change it. Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of work.
It is. It is. But I take 2 or 3 core elements of defensive use of a firearm and focus on that in that class, so that anytime that somebody comes back to that class, they're not seeing the same thing over and over and over again. They just keep building on it. And so we tend to have students that come back and take the same class multiple times, because I do tend to change the class. I've never taught one class the same way twice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That keeps you on your toes.
It does. But, it's a nice thing about being full-time. I got the time to do it, right?
Good for you, man.
Well, I try.
Good for you. What part of Ohio are you guys in?
So we're in the Cleveland area. So we're based between Cleveland and Akron, in a town called Twinsburg.
Okay.
Home of the world-famous Twins Days.
What are the Twins Days?
Yeah. So the town was founded by a set of twins. That's how they got the name. It was the Wilcox twins. And so they, I guess back in the 70s, they started doing this festival called the Twins Days. And so it brings in about 3,000 sets of twins a year from all around the world.
God.
So the town, you walk around the town for like 3 days and you feel like you're seeing double.
Right. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of fun. But it's not a very big town. It's a small little suburb, which is kind of nice. It's fairly quiet, and, but it's still got its little issues.
Is there enough people in your town, in your area, to teach? Like, when you say you're in a little town, you work teaching full time.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is he teaching to?
Yeah. So I tell you, Charlie, we're doing classes every week.
Really?
Yeah. It gets a little insane sometimes, because we don't do large classes. We do classes of 4 or less, which I know is a little odd for people to think. But I like that. I like that human contact. I like that small. And when we do a class, I tend to have at least 2 RSOs with me, or AIs. So everybody's working with somebody at this, one-on-one,
right,
which is great. But we have been lucky enough. We've had people come to take classes where they've driven 2 hours one way.
Whoa!
For a fairly basic class, which, I mean, you want to talk about heartwarming and humbling.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a nice little feature.
That is cool.
Yeah,
that is very cool. How often you're teaching the classes every week? Is every week Every week's a different class?
Every,
Like you said,
every week's a different class.
You've done one class for a year about 6 times, so you're doing it every other month?
Yeah, pretty much. So our concealed carry class, we offer one a month, and then we rotate through the other classes.
Okay.
So like one week we'll do pistol shooting beyond the basics, and next week we'll do our red dot class, or we'll do a de-escalation class, or which I wish honestly was more popular. I enjoy that class. But, just cycle it through and, as much as we can, just to mix it up and get people more engaged and keep the interest up in the training.
That's cool.
I mean,
that's great. And you're, what do you do during the week?
So during the week, we do some private classes during the week.
Yeah.
Some during the day, but with the karate school, so we've got classes.
Wait, karate school too?
Yeah. So we got a dojo. We're running classes 5 days a week.
Oh my gosh!
So I literally walk through my front door and sit down in my office chair at 6:15 every morning. We finally walk out a little after 8 o'clock.
Oh my gosh!
So 12, 14-hour days are my norm.
That's a long day.
It is. Yeah, especially do it 6 days a week.
Yeah. Holy moly! I do hope you rest on the 7th day.
Yeah, Sundays are absolutely a no-go.
Yeah, they're golden.
If I scheduled classes on Sundays, I think you'd never see me again because my wife would probably strangle me.
Right. Well, with all the martial arts, you should be good to go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so
she teaches us too.
Yes, she does.
Oh my God, you guys are having a Mexican standoff.
I'm telling you. Yeah, she started martial arts 2 weeks after we got married.
Wow.
Yeah, she said, might as well do it. I got to be here anyway. She goes, I don't know if I'm going to be good at it or not, but
God bless you, man.
And her teaching school it's come in handy.
That's great. So you're an HK sponsored shooter?
I am an HK brand ambassador.
Brand ambassador. Okay.
Yep. And endorsed trainer, I guess. So there's going to be. I was just told this weekend there's going to be a new HK training website coming out, which is going to be kind of cool. All the brand ambassadors are going to have all their classes listed on it. So
yeah,
people are going to be able to, reach out to the brand ambassador in their area, or if they want to travel to one of us to train with us. Mm-hmm. But that has been the affiliation with HK has been a great blessing for me. Yeah, it has absolutely changed how the company runs. Because, so many firearms instructors, to get guns in students' hands, you're taking money out of your pocket, you're losing money hand over fist because of the cost. Mm-hmm. And HK, they supply those for our students.
Wow.
And so, which is nice. All I got to do is maintain them. And anybody can shoot them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
I'll tell you this. I know that HKs are out of my price range. And I went to the range with one of my buddies who has a VP9.
Okay.
And I was shooting my Gen 2 Glock 19, and he's like, "Why don't you try this?" And I'm like, "Ooh, this is very comfortable."
It is.
And then I actually shot better with it, and I'm like,
"Right,
you know what? I don't want to shoot this anymore." And then I had a good friend of mine who's left-handed. Get his license to carry in Massachusetts, and we went gun shopping. And so I'm like, he's asking me, he's like, "What do I need?" And I'm like, this is what I would look for if I were you, right? Mm-hmm. You're left-handed, you want something that's ambidextrous, slide release, ambidextrous mag release. This is what you need to have for sure, right?
Right.
And we went to a gun store. He got a VP9 for like $600.
That's how I got my first VP9.
Yeah, and it came with like, whatever, a couple of swag things that he got,
Yep.
And it was $600. I'm like, these aren't really out of my price range.
No.
It's
like one of my AIs keeps saying, it's ready to rock out of the box. Most people get a Glock and, do all the upgrades to get it the way they want it.
Let me tell you, I don't want to distract you, but go.
Yeah. And, you think about the cost of just a set of sights, right? And then you look at the sights that HK is putting on their guns now, which are coming from excess sights.
Yeah.
They're good sights. So if you don't have the extra cash to put a set of sights on the gun, don't need to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's great.
You know.
I love this. There's a website. It's called Northeast Shooters, and it's geared toward. It's a message board for people in the Northeast.
Okay.
And I spend too much time looking at the classifieds to see what people have for sale. And it's mostly just to see what people have for sale and how much they're spending. And it always infuriates the snot out of me when somebody says, I've got a custom Glock for $1,200. It's a Gen 3 19 with a new trigger and new sights and a new barrel and a new this. And I'm like, it's a $500 gun that you
Right.
spent $700 on that you want to make your $700 back. Please don't call it a custom gun.
Right.
It's custom for you. It's not custom for me. So I understand you might want to upgrade stuff. That's fine. Don't pass that on to me. This is your fault for buying this and deciding you want to get something else.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have all these good upgrades with the HKs.
Right. And they're right there.
Yeah.
You know, the ergonomics of the VP9. I mean, like you said, you shot one.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I can't hold this. I can't afford to buy this, so I'm not going to shoot it. I don't. My joke is that the reason I don't go to gun shows is the same reason I don't go to strip joints. There's lots of things I'd like to put my hands on, and nothing I'm coming home with. So this is this feels good. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want to do this. Don't do this to me. Don't tease me.
Yeah, and I'm in love with the VP9.
Yeah,
I mean, I blame Neil Weidman for that, honestly. You know, he kind of steered me stronger to that, and you know, John's a big fan of the P30, and I love the P30, but the VP9, I couldn't give it up for much of anything. It really have to take a lot.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, well, listen, we need to start wrapping things up. Where can people find you and all the stuff that you're doing with all the training you're doing in outside of Cleveland?
So if you search Precision Defensive Solutions on Google, we'll come up. We are on Facebook and Instagram both. I'm getting ready to rework the website, so I might change the URL on it. But right now it's ncpda.us. So Nathan, Charlie, Paul, David, Anthony.us.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to put some links to that below.
Awesome.
This has been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate the time.
Yeah.
This was good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
We've talked about this for a couple times at Great American Outdoor Show.
Yeah, that was like 3-4 years ago.
It was. It was. This is great. I'm glad we finally get to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, we're going to put some links to Brenda's business, and we're going to put those below. We want to thank you guys for listening to the show. We want to thank the NRA for having the Voices of the Second Amendment and giving us a booth so we can have the opportunity to record some shows here. Thank you guys for listening to the show. If you've listened this far, you should share with your friends because that is how we get the Stagecoach across America. And we will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.